How's your audio?
Good, dude.
All right, let's get this thing started.
It's been a while.
Low veins like Ace.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition, a long-lost edition of
Long lost edition.
Georgia Archery Podcast. I'm Big John.
And I'm Robbie.
And we are here because it's been a long time. How you doing, brother?
Good, dude. What, just like 29?
Yep.
The last one was like 28.
Podcast number 29.
But it's been so long that can't quite remember when it was.
Podcast number 29.
29.
Yep. It's been one of them, long-lost season sort of died out for competition archery.
Yeah, and we kind of just took a break, but yet at the same time was busy during...
Yeah, I mean, everybody was getting ready for hunting season.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's now hunting season.
It is now hunting season. It is now not just bow season. It is gun season, and it's probably deer chasing season.
It's been a while since we've done this.
But there has been some good ones killed.
Dude, there has been some toads.
Man, I have seen a bunch of pictures.
Some toads hit the dirt.
I mean, a man that has shot like a 201-inch deer with a bow, then turn around and shoots one bigger than that this year. Mm-hmm. That's that city deer.
Yeah, that's some city deers.
Them city deers ain't no joke.
Yeah, man, people give them flack, but they work for them deer.
Man, they knock on people's doors.
They work for them deer.
They knock on. I mean, it ain't
they just don't go out there and climb up a tree and shoot them.
No. You see old Bo Wanna's deer? Dude. Man done tagged out. Done got him with a big old monster.
Who tagged out before November 1st, and he's got two good ones. Joe Chandler smacked a couple of good ones.
What's his name?
Chandler. I don't know. Chandler with SW. I don't know. Ryan.
It was Ryan or Emmett? Emmett shot
got a
that
toad. Big old massive.
Then brought it in here. We done looked at it. Put your hands on that one.
Dude, that one's got some mash. Ryan Lewis's son with SWI shot a good one.
You got a good one, yep.
Let's see. Who else?
And there's just been tons of them. That man this morning got one on the he was in here today.
Curtis Singleton got a good one.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, I was like, Darren, when I heard him walk through, and I was like, dang, I just saw the picture.
Yeah.
And so, man, they lay them, pick them up, put them down.
And this weekend ought to be fire.
The weather is right.
It's finally gotten right.
Yeah, it's cool enough to actually wear something besides a leafy suit.
Yesterday, I think we had a 20 degree temperature drop.
Yep.
From daylight to dark. It didn't get warmer throughout the day.
No.
It got cooler throughout the day.
And it was
so you know what that does to them deers?
Oh, it makes them move. They got to move.
Them ladies start smelling good.
They get up and running around. Them boys get the hair on the back neck stand up and they swell up and they ready to rock,
Mm-hmm.
So good luck to anybody's out there bow hunting during the gun season. Good luck to anybody who's hunting, just plain and simple, because
Period. Getting back to the roots, man.
That's right.
You going?
I plan on it this weekend. It's a
Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Monday?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It all depends, how it goes. I definitely plan on going at least once, if not twice. My camera has been taking some pictures.
Yeah, my cutty-back's been sending me a few.
And I need to go on and be there when they there. You know what I mean?
That's the trick. Once you figure out the wind or the method behind the madness or how it works, just let me know. But what was it, Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
The 3rd year anniversary of my father's passing that I wanted to go, and at 2 o'clock I get a picture of the deer that I want to shoot or want Nathan to shoot.
One of them that you've been...
The only time that his picture...
In the daylight.
...has been taken was Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the daylight.
But you did get to go.
I did get to go and had a good hunt.
And went with a crossbow.
Went with a crossbow
for reasons.
Well, that was Daddy couldn't.
I know
he couldn't shoot a vertical.
I know that.
So the only way he would be able to bow hunt was with a crossbow, and I took it because I kind of wanted to pay tribute to Daddy. If I'd have killed a deer with it, it'd have been phenomenal.
Phenomenal. That's right. Well, So deer season is upon us. And we've all been doing well, and it's cold. It's turned off good.
I get to wear my Badlands stuff
and
this
not
weekend,
sweat.
and I'm excited and not sweat.
Yep.
Yes,
so, man, it's been a while. there's been several bows released since the last time we talked.
And several more to come.
Yeah, there's more coming because all the hunting bows will come from different manufacturers.
Who's all released thus far? Elite?
Well, let's go all the way back. We have
PSE early.
PSE released their bows early. They did the tournament bows.
Yeah.
And then they released their hunting bows.
Okay.
And then, they picked up a whole lot of shooters. But
that's neither here nor I ain't got nothing for that one.
So then Bowtech put out the new tournament bows.
The Reckoning 38.
Speaking of that, Big John is no longer shooting the PSE.
So what?
Yeah, he is 30 plus years is no longer. I am now shooting Bowtech.
So this is your first bow change in a long time?
Yeah. I picked up a couple of bows and I shot it different, but truthfully, I've been with PSE for 30 years. I mean, I bought my first one at 15.
That's a long time.
Yeah, so it was time for a change. It just was time for a change. And I think this is a good change. The bow's shooting good. You've seen me shoot. I mean, I didn't lose any average.
No, you didn't go backwards.
I didn't go backwards. So
and just now getting, still getting used to it or learning it.
With a new bow, didn't go backwards. So then the only thing you can do is go forward.
Right.
So I feel like I will be going forward with this, and it's good to be able to go, hey, I get to learn something, teach something, play something, which we play with all of them. Don't get me wrong. Hoyt released their new tournament bows.
Yeah. That's
a phenomenal shooting bow. I think that's the best shooting Hoyt I've ever shot.
That bow shoots good.
It was a hard decision because I like the way that bow shot a lot. For me to go back and forth, it was. I played with both of them, and I did shoot higher scores with the Bowtech. So it was sort of a deciding factor.
Right.
But I'm telling you.
Well, that new Matthews is dropped too.
That's what I was going to say. Is the next thing we got the new Matthews drop, and then we got several of those already done come in and come out. You know?
Some former red and black shooters are now shooting the black and gold.
Yeah, and then one switched from that E and is shooting them. So there's a lot of little switching around.
It's gonna be an exciting year coming forward.
I think so because you got all the new stuff.
Like that new Elite, dude. That thing's cool. You can adjust the draw length in 1/4 inch increments.
That's right. That's just it's totally different, and there's no put it in the press and switch a mod.
Right.
You rotate a mod.
Yeah.
The Bowtech system with left and right, just loosen and tune on the cam. You never leave your tuning press. The limb pocket on the new Elite is the same way as far as never have to leave the darn paper. You just, just loosen.
You shot a prime like I do. You don't have to do no shimming and flipping and swapping and dropping.
I'm going to leave that alone. There's been some tinkering done with the prime twos. Don't get me wrong.
You adjust the flexus AR.
you have to. There's things to do.
A little bit.
But
no, I had to
I know. But look, Prime is releasing in
a week.
Less than a week. This is the Friday, so it'll be Thursday. And just so happens
we're having a Prime night.
We're having a Prime night, so that means every Prime bow will be right here at the Ace.
The big bad one and only Billy Hudala
will be
with
here.
Prime will be here.
That's
G5.
Right. Yep.
Badlands and all the other stuff that he has in his repertoire.
That's right. 26 something.
Ain't no way,
things. Dude. He's got everything.
He's my age. I'd be fully gray or bald.
Anyway. So that's going to happen. From what I understand, Bowtech is not far behind. Hoyt's not far behind. Elite already released both of their bows. From what I understand, that's it for
Any word on the new Matthews hunting bow?
Well, somebody had a screenshot of something that got posted. I know you saw it.
Yeah, I might have had that.
A little tidbit that showed up on the webpage.
I might have had that.
And then got snatched real quick because some web developer just messed up.
So that could have been about design.
But I'm thinking that everything should be out about the 15th. I think that, 7th to the 15th, somewhere in there, we'll hear all of the new hunting bows. Which,
sweet.
It's always sweet, but you know what else that means? We have a lot of bows here that have to go. So, come on and get them.
What are you waiting on? Wait, we got to have some of them first.
No.
Come on and shoot them.
No.
What?
We have some old ones.
Oh, yeah, we got
just
that.
Got to go.
Sorry, I got distracted. Blake just sent me a text.
He's laying a deer on the ground. Look, that's a nice one.
Yeah, he didn't shoot it. His neighbor shot it.
But that's still a good one.
Yes, sir.
See, we just get pictures like that all day long of different, which y'all can't see it because you're listening. But it's a nice buck laying on the ground with a bow sitting in front of it. So somebody else has done laid the smacketh down.
I believe I may have set that bow up, too.
You set a lot of them up. Just like the guy sends you a message that says, "Hey, my," But
I don't know if I did or not.
So, yeah. So all the bows are out. All the tournament bows. I really liked what the bow companies did this year by releasing the tournament bows before the hunting bows. To keep
I agree.
Them in two separate things.
I agree. I do too.
I think that because we found out when they released later in November, and everybody and their brother calls to get a tournament bow for the new year. Then you get backed up and you show up to Lancaster without your new bow because it hadn't got here yet.
Right.
So given a little bit of earlier leadway time, you get a chance to get it in and get to practicing with it ahead of time.
Yeah, and you're not releasing hunting bows in the middle of hunting season when a guy just bought a brand new hunting bow. I think that's a great thing, and
I like
very much appreciate the bow manufacturers doing that. Yep. In all honesty,
but it was a season time, right? It was a change for everybody. Like we was off, and there was a whole lot of tournament archers that have switched companies.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting year going forward.
You got some folks that...
Sharon Wallace dropped today. She's going red and black. She left the black and gold and going red and black.
And David Cousins is shooting red and black.
Old Cousins.
He dropped early. He dropped the day they dropped the
new target bow.
bows. So they're new. They dropped their whole line. You remember the target bows were actually released at the
last ASA. Yeah.
But the hunting bow line was dropped early. And about the time everybody else released their tournament bows, which was whatever. I think I like that idea a whole lot better than anything.
Me too.
But so there's a few people switching.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the new prime
looks
stuff.
like the brothers are going to be a house divided.
I saw that Tyler's going to red and black. Mm-hmm. And Jacob's... I'm assuming it's still shooting elite.
And we had a couple of Georgians sign contracts for red and black. Mm-hmm. Tyler Hale,
Scott
Parrott, both going to be shooting for PSE.
Congratulations to both of you guys,
on
man.
that.
That's awesome.
Having a contract ain't no joke. It ain't easy.
No joke. That's the real deal right there.
And they both go into the
pro
real classes. That's right. They want to play with the big boys. So, I wish y'all the best of luck.
Playtime's over.
Yep. Tyler's got a new clothing line thing.
I saw that. Well, they're doing some video series. Oh yeah, and stuff, but they've released their hats and shirts.
There's been some
Southern Time Outdoors,
something like that. And so we've been looking at that, and there's somebody else that's getting back to the roots. And
got a little playing going on. All that'll come out here real soon.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, but it's not all direct archery Georgia related.
Yeah. And like I say, or like I said earlier, we took a little bit of a break, not necessarily that we wanted to or was planning on it. It just happened.
Well, there were some times it was going to happen and then things didn't work out.
Yeah.
Like we were going to do some, but if you go listen to most anybody's podcast, the same thing happens.
Yeah. Life happens. It's like we always say when we're shooting.
Yep.
What happened to that air? Archery.
Yep. Archery happens.
Well,
archery and life are intertwined with us.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely
archery is life.
Archery is life. So that's what that part. Those two things are going on. Well, the time changes this weekend.
Yep. So we get to fall back an hour.
You know what that means?
We got to get up an extra hour.
Well, if you're going hunting, you do.
Yeah. I'm going.
But besides that, you can't get off work and run to the deer stand because it gets too dark too quick.
No, but here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. You can get up, go to the deer stand.
Yeah, before you come to work. You're right. What I'm saying,
John. Hey man, check it out, dude. You mind going in and opening the shop? I got a blood trail to follow.
I'm running late. But that means you can get in there and get you a new tournament bow that's already been released and you got ordered and get some playtime on it.
Yeah, because leagues are starting up.
Yes, sir. We've been running our league for a while here, and I know ALC's been running theirs on Wednesdays and had a pretty decent group. And Pike's got one running.
Mm-hmm.
So
Billy up at Kennesaw,
he's got a 5-spot tournament this weekend.
How about that? Is it indoor time already?
Well, what I usually base it off of the time change. Because that gets the bow hunter guy or the gun hunter guy that can't get off work and get to the woods. He might as well come over here and play with his bow
and playing airs.
And so that's what happens. We don't push it too hard because the first tournament is actually December. The first state tournament is December. I have to look at the date because it's the 7th, I think.
I'd turn around, but I can't. December the 7th. Well, that's a date for history.
So I think that's the. I think that's the right date. That's the 25 meter, which is the first indoor state tournament of
Kennesaw?
the year. No, this will be in Georgia Southern. It's about the only place we can shoot 25 meters in the state.
Gotcha.
So that one is going to be happening, and then come January, it's boom to boom to boom. I mean,
boom to boom. You got the Lancaster.
For the Archery
Midwest
guys,
Open,
and then
I think that's in December though.
And then you got the Iowa Pro-Am, which shows up the first week. You got Lancaster's the last week.
Vegas,
and then Vegas gets up in February. I mean, there's something names, and the World Cups, the Indoor World Cup starts up again.
World Series of Archery or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Kings of Archery. I mean, all of that's now. I mean, it's coming.
Well, they don't have a hunt season over there, kind of like we do.
No, they don't. They don't. And see, we've talked. Listening to other podcasts from different pros and talking to different pros. There is no off season anymore.
Right.
I mean, Paige Gore took a few minutes to go get chased by a buffalo the other day, in midst of changing this and changing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's not really a big off season. As soon as they put the tournament bow down, they go bow hunting, and then they turn around and pick it right back up and go back to indoor. So, I mean, it's still archery in our neck of the woods. It's still archery, but as far as everybody else is concerned, it's it's just the way it works. So
right. Sorry, I'm chatting with Blake. He was that deer that his neighbor shot was a deer that he had on camera.
Yeah, well, I guess so. If he was right there, if it was his neighbor, they probably was on camera.
Mm-hmm. Because they ain't got real big tracts of land over yonder, but they got enough.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit's enough these days.
You got that right. Especially them city deals.
I would like to have some land. I'm fortunate enough that my little piece that I hunt on down there is not mine, but I do have access to it, and but things are just the way they are. But that's hunting. We get out and we do it, and I enjoy it. I'm glad to have. I like my new cutty back though. I ain't got to go down there and check it. And
I love mine.
That's a sweet thing right there.
It was dinging all night long, and I was just smiling. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But old big boy showed up again, and he come around. He's been doing that 4 to 6 week. Every 6 days, 8 days. But he's done showed up 3 or 4 days, and it's getting closer. So
you're going to take some perfume down there with you?
Yeah, I need to smell good for
what
him.
What you going to use?
I don't know yet. I hadn't figured that out yet. I got a couple of different things, some samples of some stuff that some folks got.
Mm-hmm. I think we're almost like out of straight juice.
We're out of straight juice. Straight juice is gone.
Gone.
Yep.
I think Miss Angela's going to try to get us some tomorrow.
I do have a couple of, I do still have half a bottle of or each of that. Which mine doesn't say BFO, but it's still the same. And then I got some other stuff that
make sure you spray down with no scent before you go in.
Well, I got that.
And a nose jammer.
Well,
dude, them deer that I saw Wednesday, all three of them.
We had a spray can of nose jammer.
Are we really?
There's a one can.
That's no bueno. Well, we might be out after we get done with this podcast because
I think I saw only one over there, unless there's some over there by the door. But
I'm a believer.
I haven't tried it yet.
I'm a believer.
Because me, I was one of them. I don't change. We talked about it. 30 years of doing the same.
I'll just be straight with you. Monday,
change.
Nathan and I saw 7. Both of us sitting in the same tree, basically.
Yep.
Those deer really didn't come from downwind, but Wednesday, The $3 I saw came from behind me, and the wind was hitting me in the face.
Yeah. Well, I've been there ain't no wood over yonder. Knock on that wood for me.
Got you, dog.
I haven't been blowed at this year. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither.
I haven't been blowed out. I think the last deer was at 7 yards directly behind me, and I was trying not to. I could think he caught me blinking, and so he's like, something ain't right up there. That's a big old squirrel. That squirrel's bigger than I want to mess with. So I think he just sort of eased backwards and eased out. He didn't. I mean, it wasn't no big change in what he did.
Look at old Pittman.
He got that brand new bow out.
Green apple.
Yeah, that's a pretty color,
dude. That color is sharp.
Yeah, that is a pretty color.
And if my folks from G5 Prime are listening, if y'all can make some white limbs to go on a red Prime, I'd love you a long time.
White
limbs on that red riser looks sharp, Billy Hudala.
Well, you seen the green that the Bowtech got?
I don't believe so.
It's pretty sweet.
Is it?
So I mean, I could have waited. That was my. It was like
conundrum.
It was like, I can get the black bow,
or do I get the bow,
or I can wait till mid-November because of colors. And it was like, yeah. And so I said, no, I don't wait.
Nope, you don't wait. Get the bow.
Get the bow in hand, shooting. So I got bow in my hand, started shooting.
You didn't put some gas strings on it?
It's got green gas string. The first set of 38 reckonings that had ever been built out of that place, because I actually contacted ahead of time and said, hey,
I got this on the way.
This bow that
I couldn't get my color because I was too impatient. So if you can go ahead and just send me some green strings.
That's right. He's like, I said, do you have the specs on this new bow that they fixing to release today?
No, like, but I can.
No. He said, no, but when they release, I'll get them. And I said, okay, well, I need a set. So, and they were here. You saw me. I pulled the bow apart, put it all back together, and did it. But I think it looks good. Everybody's seen some pictures on it. So.
Dog, what this is? Hey, speaking of the cutty back,
you can't go.
Speaking of the cutty, but no, I couldn't get there in time now. But speaking of the cutty back,
just throw the picture up there,
dude. How about that? 641.
What is it?
I got some does in the tracks.
Yeah, well, Mine hadn't went off yet, but
that cutty back is thebomb.com, dude. Sitting right here doing a podcast.
Yeah, well, let me tell you. We talked about having rain. Remember how dry it was the last time we was talking?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's food plots was like, oh my God, and nobody was going to plant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I knew that the rain was coming, so I went down there and throwed out some stuff, and it's pretty green. And when I get daylight pictures on my cutty back, it's so pretty green down there.
Blake just sent me another toad that just fell this afternoon.
Man, I'm telling you.
Dude, why are we at work?
You know why? Because,
we got bills.
So I was going to say, if it wasn't for Eaton and Bill, we'd be rich.
Hello.
So, yeah, and most everybody else would too. So, what else? Oh, the conservation / hunting whatever for S3DA is lifted as of today.
Right.
And all of the bids for all of the tournaments were put in by today. So
selections are being made.
So essentially the full schedule S3DA should be done very shortly.
Very soon.
And then that will be implemented on the schedule, and all the clubs will start having, well, matter of fact, I think I saw a post of having one next week to get their clubs back going again.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you couldn't go to your club before. Don't get me wrong. You could just, there was a
break.
Yeah, and
get
a break
the kids in the woods.
And a break
give them a break.
Thing. Yep.
Yeah.
So
they're not mules. We can't ride them all year long.
So the S3DA will be back going.
Look at that shot execution.
S3DA will be back going. Leagues are back going. Indoor seasons rolling.
It's coming around the bend.
The rumor has it, if things can work out, Georgia Archery in some shape, form, or fashion should be at every state shoot.
Sweet.
So it may be 2 microphones and a headset and a little handheld recorder.
Better than nothing.
But can maybe talk to some folks while we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Different coaches, different folks.
We still got so much planned and things that we want to do.
It's just a matter of having time to do it.
And there's 2 folks.
Yeah, I mean, it's, so, and we also pick up other adventures as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
So
some cool things coming down the pipe.
Yeah, and I had tried my best to lay out a George Archery Outlaw season thing, and it just did not catch up like I wanted it to. So that doesn't mean it ain't never going to happen.
Right.
It just may be next year, so that we have time. And the
older we get, the slower we get, I think.
Yeah, but what else we got to tell everybody? We ain't been, how you been?
Good, man. Just trugging along.
How's your season been?
Well, I've just been trugging along, man. Been going real good, doing real good.
You want to talk about that?
Man, I'm just going real good.
Dude. It happens.
Just going real good.
To the best of us.
Yeah, it's been good.
Everybody knows if they follow you as a friend, they've seen the video on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so bad is
he was recording the wrong deer at that.
If
he had the camera on the wrong deer.
If you didn't have cameras, nobody knows about it, right? But but it doesn't matter. It's fine.
He had the camera on. Dude, that's 2 of them, man. I done shot over 2 of them. I need some shooting lessons. You mind giving me some shooting lessons?
I don't know if it's shooting lessons or if it's just.
I need some shooting lessons.
But that was the first time you tried with a hinge.
That was the first time I've ever drawn back on a live deer with a hinge, and at the same time, and I know I'm not trying to make excuses.
But filming
and squatting down, trying to get under that tree limb, wondering, all right, when I squat and draw this thing, is this hinge going to go off prematurely because there's no click in it?
That's right. I know.
So yeah, there was.
It's a whole lot of first.
And then I got Nate over there going, shoot him. Yeah,
and they didn't have him in the camera. Why was he telling you to shoot him? I was like, you've watched camera. Look, I have seen too many videos where he goes, "Don't shoot yet, don't shoot yet, don't shoot yet," and you're like, he's got him perfectly framed. He's standing there. He's like, "Don't shoot, don't shoot." Don't shoot. And I'm like, what the heck? And he didn't even get him in the frames. I'm like, shoot him. It was funny. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was, but that's life, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's what archery happens. Baby. It's archery. It's just, it's hunting in general. There's people who miss them with bang sticks too.
Over 2 of them.
It happens. But
the first one, I don't mind missing when I know what happened.
Yeah.
That first one's got me still a little puzzled.
Well, I tell you what's funny is that I've heard you tell this sales pitch about 3-pin sight for so long, about when it runs up on you, and then you shoot over him because you got a 3-pin sight that you still can cover all the gap. And I was like, that didn't work this time.
Yeah, I just
see.
Well, I know,
but see, I
34 yards. I felt like I had the second pin buried.
Me and you love this sport, but we both shoot 2 different things. Mm-hmm. In general, I shoot a single pin. Mm-hmm. I set it about 30 yards. I can cover out 32 with no problem. Yeah. And that's just what I've always done.
And see, I don't know if she ducked it. It happened so quick.
She turned on you.
Turned quick.
Yeah, so
she was quick.
She laid the brakes on that one, but that one wasn't in the buck was just.
And I learned something too the other day. I don't know if you follow Growing Deer TV on YouTube, but Mr. Grant.
Yeah,
he's
a smart fellow.
Is a very smart guy, and they did a video with not necessarily some science behind it, but they had the ability to show what they were showing due to several different video or a bunch of different footages that they've recorded and all, and
about the drop.
Yep. And that deer's head was down, and she dropped. I want to say she dropped them. Best I can remember and what my eyes were seeing.
You didn't have that on video, but
she turned like she was on a dime and gave 11 cents change.
She was a zero turn,
and
for sure.
They showed in this all the video that they
draw the 2 lines,
where they draw the 2 lines, and with a deer with its head down can drop and turn quicker than a deer with its head up. And I've always been taught, head down, front leg forward, and smoke them.
So now he's like...
Now, I'm not saying that's what I should have done. I should have waited till her head was up. But
you never know.
I thought that was a very good video. If you have not seen it, get on YouTube.
Look up
Growing Deer TV.
Deer TV on YouTube.
The video is a guy hunting. I forget the
But he did. There was a bunch of videos. I've seen that video. Now that you're talking about it, I've seen it where they draw the line and then they show the. I mean, it's tons of different footage, and it's all like. Well, then they sort of did an average of what the deer can drop, and it's like amazing how much speed of sound. That's right, and it's crazy
when you're shooting 280 foot a second. The speed of sound. I mean,
yep. That's
but quick. But that's why archery hunting is so much more fun, but yet so much more difficult at the same time.
Well, the boys Seek ones have been dropping them dead.
Seek one has been laying it down,
so you can go look at their stuff.
They dropped a video last night that I watched
with a bunch of laid up.
Where they laid some does down. They had a doe hunt challenge, and
during
Lee was he about out of air.
He done chunked them out,
dude.
But
at the end of it, he said. Or there when he got done, he's like, "All right, I ain't shooting more. This is ridiculous."
I want to see the traditional
kill that Jay. Yeah, Jay's
because he said he was filming it. Yeah. So I would like to see that because I mean that was pretty neat. He come in here, so I got one, and I'm planning on shooting it with this. You know, he had a plan. You know, and that's the way you guys start.
That's a lot of people don't know this or realize this about Jay. I mean, they see him from Facebook, his Seek One videos. He can kill Pope and Youngs because he hunts deer in Atlanta, and they just walk out in your front yard and you can just shoot them anytime you want. What a lot of people don't realize about Jay, and I've been knowing him now probably close to 15 years, dude's a killer, man.
Yeah.
He's got Pope and Youngs from all over the country.
Oh, yeah.
Pope and Young elks.
Yeah.
I mean, dude is flat.
I mean, he's been over to the other end of across the pond shooting stuff.
He's an assassin with that bow.
He enjoys shooting,
and he's good at
it. That was the same thing when we talk about. I mean, just the same thing with the Levi Morgan and shot the whatever. He's a hunter. He's a shooter. It's what he does. He didn't go into pay millions of dollars in a high fence. He walked his butt off to get there and climb that mountain. I couldn't have done it.
No.
Just like Travis Turner shot his first big elk.
Georgia deer or
elk. He shot that big elk, and that was the first one he's done. And you know he's been on hunts because we've watched the videos. But there's a difference between us running up down the mountain is the size that we are, and then the little skinny guys that can run up down the mountain.
I ain't running up down the mountain.
I mean, I posted something on Facebook today. Say if I'm jogging, shoot what's following me because I
better take care of whatever's behind me because I'm gonna run out of breath real soon.
Yeah. And he shot the Georgia deer, and this time, my biggest thing, and I'm just have to get on the little wagon for a minute, is I am so tired of everybody complaining about you should let it walk. That deer's too small. Well, dude, it may be too small for you, but I'm gonna tell you, I may shoot a fork horn Monday, and I'm gonna post pictures, and I'm gonna
be happy,
and I'm gonna tell everybody about it,
right?
Because essentially, what I think is a trophy for me, for me.
It's all about getting back to your roots, man.
That's right. So my opinion is
what our dads and grandfathers taught us: back to your roots.
My opinion is that if you wanted to shoot that deer and you shot that deer, enjoy that deer because we're doing what we're supposed to do.
Right. I mean, and kind of. There's some things coming down the pipe, but I ain't gonna share too much about it. But something me and a couple other guys have been talking about.
It's the same, but
we don't get to hunt, but X amount of days a year.
That's right.
All right. I usually won't hunt by myself.
No. All right.
Well, one of our days off is Mondays.
That's right.
Well, guess where Junior's at?
He's at school.
He's in school. You and I hunt two different properties.
That's right.
So that really only leaves Sunday. Well. Every Sunday or almost every single Sunday of the hunting season thus far, I have been down south spending time with my daughter.
That's right.
I don't get but X amount of days a year.
We all do. And it's the same way. We're average Joe hunters.
Well, and I know, most everybody listening to this podcast are in the same boat.
That's right.
And some of them or some of you may have bigger properties with these deer that you said, okay, this is what I'm shooting and only this.
That's right.
I don't get that luxury.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I don't have 130-inch deer walking. If I do, my cameras are not showing that I have it. And my eyes from when I've been in this tree.
I hadn't seen it. Well, that's, but my thing, that's what my thing is.
Shoot a doe.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I'll shoot
but
one.
that's my point. My point about it is that this, like we talk about it with different organizations in archery. Archery is too small for us to bicker.
Exactly.
So hunting
Whatever brings a smile to your
being
face.
threatened from outside
As a whole.
So why are we bickering against each other about you shouldn't have shot that deer?
We need to team up.
Exactly. We should be giving high fives for everybody who shoots an animal because they did it, and you know what they put into it to get there and get it.
If it brings a smile to your face,
that's exactly right.
Rock on.
But you see what I'm saying is, as far as the hunting industry is being attacked
every day,
and it's too. I mean, we don't need to be bickering against each other. We need to be standing together and supporting each other, no matter if it's a doe, if it's a 3-pointer, if it's a 1.5, inch deer. So,
yep. Hey, I'm with you, dude. I'm right in line.
I wasn't trying to go into a big old argument about it, but I'm just telling you what I feel.
I'm
so
right
everybody who posts a picture, I'm gonna tell them, good job. Yep. I don't care if it's a one-eyed, one willy, and the spots are still on it. In my opinion. I just don't.
Hey, dude, that's something to aim at, dog.
That's right.
And there ain't no spots on them right now anyway.
No,
I did let a button buck go the other day because I didn't want to shoot it.
But that's me.
I didn't want to do it.
That's it. That's right.
If I had wanted to do it,
and you wouldn't have felt bad about it,
not at all. Because I can't
stand those guys that post and apologize. Well, I thought it was bigger, but it's meat in the freezer. Shut up and just say, man, I enjoyed it. I made that shot and I'm happy.
Yeah, and so be it. Sometimes in reality,
yep.
It may actually happen where you get, man, dang, I really thought that dude was a little bigger than that.
I understand.
Okay, cool. Yep. Let's celebrate the harvest.
Got him. That's right, harvest.
Celebrate the harvest.
That's right. So, yeah.
Guess what just happened?
Well, it's another one.
Yeah, guess cut him back. What's in there? There's a deer in there. I'm gonna be out of current. I'm gonna be out of tracks. They're gonna stand here and eat all my tracks.
That sounds like somebody else's. Said he had a spike that's gonna be 300 pounds. Anyway,
he got pictures to prove it because that dude was there for like 3 hours.
That's right. But I'm just glad that we got this in. Talked about all the new bows coming. Mm-hmm. Talked about all the indoor season just getting
rotating modules on cams. Right. You ain't got to,
And we'll see what Prime has to offer here shortly.
It's nice.
I know.
It's really, really nice.
Yep. But
there's some nice colors.
We'll see what Prime has to offer. G5's got something coming.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it'd be bad.
Dude,
anyway,
they got a couple things coming. Looks like it's gonna be bad.
So that and all the new stuff's coming. It's always cool to talk and feel. We've always been trying to get some videos. That's right. We've been trying to get some videos done on that stuff and get it up. But you know what? It's just having the time.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciate you taking your time today.
Likewise, I appreciate you.
Being able to at least get this back out and going. And maybe it won't be 2 months before we get the next one.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So until next time, I'm Big John.
And I'm Robbie.
And we will see ya.
Deuces.